I don't either. But when I look at the receiver, I said this yesterday, when I look at the receiver, let's just say Purdy throws for 300 yards. Like at that point, I don't care what receiver led the team in yardage in a way. Like I get it. If Jennings catches 6 balls for 92 yards and Aiyuk has another 4 for 43, I get that people are going to be saying, boy, Aiyuk's a 1 and he's not. But to me, it's more about the overall passing effectiveness. And I just want Aiyuk to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'd want him to be a number 1. But if he's not right now, how much of the other guys are getting involved?
Well, how much of it, and you've brought this theme up, and you said it's going to apply to Brock Purdy next year. Steiny, you said, people are watching Brandon Aiyuk to live up to the contract, or any player that gets paid. So you can't ignore that rat on the table.
Nope, you can't. But I guess
you can if you win.
Well, that's right. That's exactly what I was going to say. I always think of Barry Zito. Signed a terrible contract. Yeah. Worst of all time. But they won it. Right. They still won it. And so that kind of goes away. 408, Goo and Steiny on the Comcast Business Text line. You guys are prisoners of the moment. 4 exclamation points. Jordan Mason is a nice fill-in, but he's nowhere close to being the offensive player of the year that Christian is. We need him back.
Yeah. No, and I hope no. Come on, Steiny. Well, you or I wouldn't say anything different.
Well, but let me ask you this. Can the 49ers win a Super Bowl without McCaffrey?
I'm being honest with you right now. Right now, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
and you got a red zone problem. And if you guys want to say it's only 4 games, Goo, I get that.
Yeah, it's only 4 games.
But what if what if this trend continues and McCaffrey's not back?
You know how many touchdowns
he's a big dude.
You know how many touchdowns McCaffrey had last year in 4 games? First 4 games?
How many?
7.
Damn.
That's the red zone right there.
He was getting 1 damn near every game.
2.
Yeah.
If you do the math. Huh? 1.3, 1.75.
He's a bad boy. Yeah. Does he come back?
Are you getting who?
McCaffrey.
Yes, he is.
All right.
Between weeks 10 to 12.
Wow.
Are you getting that contract's one of the biggest jokes of all time to me. Dude had 1 good season and fleeced the Niners. That's from the 925.
Damn, that's strong.
It's tough not to think that way right now.
Well, are we prisoners of the moment then?
With what?
With the
Jennings is better than Aiyuk.
See, I'm not ready to say that. Huh? He's more productive right now. He's a bad boy.
How many games did they have this year?
4.
And then how many playoff games last year?
3.
That's almost half a season. 7 games.
We'll see.
No, we won't see. We've seen.
But we have a lot more to see. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We're not there yet.
That is great.
Brandon's in Fairfield. Wants to talk about Jennings and Aiyuk. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I just want to let you guys know, this whole Jennings-Aiyuk thing, you do realize that Aiyuk takes the number 1 corner on every team.
That's why he's not catching any balls, because he ain't a number 1.
Guess who's going to get the number 1 corner? Jennings. Okay, he's not. He's good. He's good, but come on, man, he's not better than Aiyuk. He's good.
Yes.
Tougher.
I'm not saying that, and I feel you, but you got to admit this: something's going on with Brandon because when the balls come his way, regardless who's on him, he's dropping some more than he ever has. Give me that.
I will give you that, but I will tell you this much though. The coach playing mind games constantly, doghouse this, doghouse that. When is he ever going to get over that stuff?
Wow.
Hey, I do have a question for you, B. Seriously, when you watch Aiyuk these first 4 games, and I brought it up to the guys yesterday, it's like, is something going on with Aiyuk in your mind other than just he's rusty from missing training camp?
He just said it.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
He don't like Kyle.
Okay.
He has not gotten over the doghouse thing, and somebody needs the management to talk to Kyle about this mind game thing he's playing and this arrogance that he has, because it's starting to affect the team.
Okay, let me just leave you with this, B. Last one, Steiny Guru and B. What was his responsibility last Friday at practice with Shortgate? That's all on Brandon being a pro or not being a pro, right?
That was very childish of Brandon to do that.
Okay.
And I agree with you on that.
Okay.
But there's something between these two, and this whole doghouse thing with Kyle, He does it with these young guys, and it's not a good look. It's not. And he's too arrogant to realize it. He'll never admit it, but he does it, and it's a problem.
Hey, Brandon, I like to call. I like to call out.
I would love to be in a doghouse where my boss paid me handsomely like they did Aiyuk. You can put a collar around me, Steiny. If there was something, they wouldn't have signed off on him being part of the future and giving him 30 M's a year.
Well, unless they're just doing it for a year till they have to pay Purdy, but they want this team to get one more shot at it. No, listen, it's a lot of tongue in cheek when I say Jennings is better than Aiyuk.
Yeah, right.
But 415 says one thing that's unquestionable is Jennings is bigger, stronger, hungrier, and tougher than Brandon Aiyuk. I mean, look, Aiyuk, something's going on, I think, with Aiyuk. I'm not sure what it is. But I never think, it's all Brandon Aiyuk, or it's all the Niners, or it's all Kyle. So that's why I kind of like Brandon's call, is because maybe there is a way that Kyle's handling Aiyuk that ain't right.
But Brandon's responsible for his numbers and his play. And the targets that come his way, Steiny.
Like, two things can be true. Like, Brandon can be immature, and Kyle can also maybe not be coaching him great.
Wow.
But it's never going to look good for Brandon Aiyuk if he keeps doing or does what he did the other day at camp.
The 510 on the Comcast Business text line, Steiny. Don't blame Kyle for Aiyuk's shortcomings this year.
Well, I blame the 49ers because it takes two to tango, and he didn't practice because of him and because of the team.
Wow.
Like, I don't just say that's a Brandon Aiyuk thing. And this is from the 510, and I kind of agree with this. Brandon Aiyuk is Jordan Poole. You pay him, so you might be able to trade him next year if you want to.
Damn. And I was one of the dum-dums. I never thought JP was going anywhere. I thought he was the next.
I mean, that part does make sense if you think that this is a big year in your championship window. Don't lose him this year.
Keep him on the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Right now, Brandon's doing everything for something like that to pop off. How about that?
Yeah. Hey, get the water drop ready. This is from the 818. This is a text I'm reading from the Comcast Business text line. I played college and pro corner.
Yeah.
Jennings will give you a much longer day than Aiyuk. He's physical, plays big, can catch and block, and he's faster than you think.
So why is Aiyuk the highest paid receiver? Aiyuk's a bad boy, man.
Is he?
Yeah, when everything's good, I told you, Steiny.
Yeah, when everything's good. When everything's good.
I can't defend what's going on. I think he's not acting right.
You don't have the ha-ha.
No, dude.
You know what? He actually doesn't.
The ha-ha against Detroit, ball hits helmet.
That's not ha-ha. Ha-ha is taking a ball.
That's ha-ha to me.
Ha-ha is taking a 12-yard pass and turning it into 60.
Who said he ran out of bounds yesterday? We had a
Mark Ibanez. Yes. He doesn't have a nose for the end zone.
He had 7 last year. Yep.
Is that a lot? McCaffrey had 7 the first 4 weeks. 888-957-9570. If you know you got to pay Brock Purdy, and I think you want to talk about a consensus that's building, you got to pay Brock Purdy. He's that good. It's official. So if you got to pay Brock, who are the 3 guys you're keeping? And who's the guy left off? Here's the other thing. I do think the 49ers are running into this kind of problem. Even if, let's say, they can finagle the salary cap. And, Evans brought this up a couple times. Well, the Eagles have paid Hurts, and they still have 2 high-paid wide receivers. Yeah. And there's something about having this many guys who need the ball. You're never going to keep them all happy.
Well, Kittle's not in that category.
Well, Aiyuk's not in that. Aiyuk needs the ball, or he's not going to be happy.
Well, he's got to catch it to get it.
But what I'm getting at is, if you have McCaffrey, Kittle, Aiyuk, Deebo Samuel, and McCaffrey gets you 100 rushing and 50 receiving, there's just not enough to go around to the other 3.
Well, then the last 2 years, Steiny, they've been to a Super Bowl and NFC Championship game, so I would say that's wrong.
Well, then why is Aiyuk mad?
That's the $1 million question.
It's not because he doesn't get the ball enough.
He ain't catching the ball. I'm acting like you're Brandon. You ain't catching it when it comes to you. How the hell you going to say you want to eat more? Finish the chicken on your plate.
There's only so many, like McCaffrey's going to have, how many touches is McCaffrey going to get?
Okay. Steiny, a majority of them.
Okay.
But you think when Brandon put his John Hancock to that contract, there was a box that said, we're going to feed you more? No.
He might have thought that. He might have thought that. But my point isn't that Brandon signed the contract. But can you really have McCaffrey runs 20 times, catches 5? Okay.
I don't know why I would change it is my point, partner. That's all.
That's right. And so
you knew what time it was and how they were going to use them? Like, do you really think?
That's why he's an extra guy that they don't need. Like, if you have to spread 100 catches out over 3 receivers, that's 33, 33, and 33. You know what? Somebody's not going to be happy with only 33. I'd rather have 2 guys who catch 50 balls.
I know, short sample size. Just on top of that, who do you think Brock's favorite receiver is right now?
Jennings. Not even close.
And
because he goes to get the ball.
Wow.
All right, 888-957-9570 is the number. Brock Purdy, what a year he's had after 4 games. All things are pointing to him being the franchise quarterback. So if he's the franchise quarterback, who are the 3 guys you got to surround him with? If you can't surround him with 4, who's got to go? Who's got to go? We've talked about this. And now your weaponry that you hung your hat on, each of the 4 guys hasn't gotten off to a great start.
And one of them hasn't played.
Exactly.
And I wonder real quick, I know we're up against it. Steiny, I'm being proactive with McCaffrey, but imagine if the worst happened.
Which is?
He would bat like, he would never return back to his glory.
All right, well then the decision's kind of easy.
Okay, right. Because Mason doesn't have that pedigree to where it starts with me first in regard to the carries.
One more time?
Mason would not have that equity that McCaffrey has because right now you're throwing to him, you're giving him the ball. He's everything. Mason comes in, can do the job, but he won't have that demand on the touches like a McCaffrey does right now.